to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, Barry Alvarez Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking forward to a fantastic battle. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Washington Huskies, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Wisconsin Badgers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get field. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barry Johnson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So Wisconsin's offense will have the football first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances...
Turning on the Jets! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
That's a good-looking run there. And if you're going to be RB1 for Wisconsin, you're going to be pretty talented. Because you think of the guys they've had in this backfield in recent years, the Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dayne, Monty Ball. How about Jonathan Taylor that's getting it done now on Sundays? This guy's got power, he's got speed, he's got shiftiness, he's got all the tools you need to be successful and play on Sunday.
Off the play fake. Keeps it going. And the Badgers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Caught over the middle. It's Anthony. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Badgers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. they'll try to pick it up on the ground. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. And the Badgers will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the... He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Was looking for more running room but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. So the Washington Huskies offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. Third down coming. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Running through contact. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Finds his tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Running the red zone, it's Dupree. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
when the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run play action. Into the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Running back searching for a hole. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Williams looking for a man. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Got him downfield. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. With the catch, it's Boston. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Now the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the 2nd level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself further.
And the ball slipped out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
The give to the left. Finding an escape route. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. Wide open spaces. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Badger.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And on that play in the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Huskies with the 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big Ten too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're from with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go and make a statement today.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab past the marker. There he goes. He's at the... and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up 14 over Boston College. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To throw, it's Edwards. Fires to the big fella. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. The Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll send the back in motion. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Send the tight end in motion. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Green. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. Third down coming. Takes the handoff. It's Coleman. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Green. The Huskies are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Oh, he had him out there, and he was trying to compensate for that speed, but just a little too much distance.
That's just greased lightning, so you think, I can't overthrow this guy. I'm going to throw it out there and let him run underneath it just a little bit too far for the speedster.
A shot toward the end zone. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Madison, and welcome in to the halftime update. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's head back to a great scene there in Camp Randall.
the Badgers will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Williams will pass. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting...
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is, because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
On the run, it's Coleman. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. Washington sends out the punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Badgers send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Hey, midfield, he's got room. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. Williams looking for a man. Throws toward the end zone. And here's the third interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Finds a spot in the middle.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
On the move, it's Dupree. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. Takes it from the gun on third down. Rushes on him. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. And the Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. The give to the back. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Williams will pass. The short hands, it's Green. Lots of running room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
This defense has played with a chip on its shoulder. Like they knew this guy was a great running back, and they took pride shutting him down today. So many guys near the line of scrimmage, so aggressive. Priority number one was stopping that great running back. Not only have they done that, he has negative yards rushing on the day.
Looking to throw on third. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. He's got enough, and it'll be a first down for Washington.
All right, nice job by the QB. It's third down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
Washington has a lot of things working. Set up with another first down. Give to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going for 6. Touchdown, Huskies. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
He'll bring it out. It's Barry Johnson. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Back to pass, it's Edwards. Grabbed in the middle, it's Mason. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Badgers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Handoff to the single back. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
A little screen to the running back. Turns it on in midfield. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Keeps it on the draw.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Spits it out to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Dupree. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Edwards. It's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And the Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. On the run, it's Dupree. Strong, tough run, and he's brought down just inches away from the score.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
It's good. Easy call for the ref. Final minute of play. We are deadlocked. Guys, what a finish we're experiencing. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Williams looking for a man. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
Guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
First play of the first possession of OT. Let's go! The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. If he houses this, it's ball game. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40, the 20, the 10, all the way back. He took it all the way. The pick 6 and the walk-off win. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.